Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be seeing how many souls I can get in 20 minutes. And I'm including total soul memory. And yes, I still have my list, but I don't know when that's going away. I got the briefs like a week ago, and I still sound like Mike Tyson. And also, thank you guys for 50 subs. Let's get into it. For my class, I chose just kind of a random guy, but for my gift, I needed a bonfire aesthetic, which was going to be super important for me farming a boss later on. Sadly, I did not get to kill these old ladies as part of my run, but it is what it is. I got to kill them last time. Also, as you can see, we got the Christmas timer and some Christmas background music because, I love Christmas and we got to show it some love. Also, everything's sped up in 2 times speed, so the gameplay and the timer are going twice as fast as they usually would. Once I get to Majula, I light the bonfire as sort of a checkpoint, and then I exhaust the Herald's dialogue to get the Estus Flash Shard. And once I get that, I run down this tunnel path over here to try and get to the Forest of the Giants. As you're going to see later in the run, I do a lot of the same strategies and go to the same places as I did in the how many NPCs can you kill in 15 minutes. Now obviously, like last time, I don't have to use my time wisely. So if I die, or if I have any major setbacks, this would be very detrimental to the run. So as I go through this area, I gotta make sure none of these enemies gang up on me or stun me, because that could be the end of this run. And that enemy with the crossbow is turned into Prime Hawkeye from the Avengers, and hits me with a fucking bullseye in the skull. Anyway, I got lucky that they didn't gang up on me there. I go through the fog wall, and this is where the part gets the hardest. I gotta predict this guy jumping, roll quickly through there, and keep on moving. And hope these guys up here don't absolutely butt rate me. And luckily, I got up this ladder just in time. I had one practice run before this, and I got absolutely butt raped right there. Anyways, I kill this guy, and I get the checkpoint at the bonfire. Then I farm these guys outside so I can get enough souls to get some fire bombs. Then I go rest at the bonfire to make sure no one's tracking me. Then I go to the lady to buy some fire bombs for something mischievous I'm going to do later. Then I sadly do have to kill this nice old helpless defenseless lady to get the silver serpent ring, which will in turn give me I think 17.5% more souls. I'm kind of pulling that out my ass here, but whatever. And I'm not going to be doing that little glitch where you explode the walls, because as you saw in the last video, I did not get it and I still cannot get it here. What I'm going to do is go up to these giant barrels and explode them. Once I successfully do that, my plan for something mischievous is just about to happen. I'm going to cheese the pursuer. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but there's a little glitch here where if you trigger the pursuer and run to the bonfire and rest at it quickly enough, the pursuer will automatically die and give you his soul. So I clear out all the enemies just in case I don't mess this up, because you only got one try in your entire run, because that pursuer does not come to this area twice. So once I clear out all these enemies, which I struggle quite a bit with this guy, I go up the ladder and get ready to bait him. Right as I climb to the top, I immediately sprint back and go all the way back to the bonfire to hopefully rest in time. And that I did. I got his soul, but I didn't get any actual souls from the boss drop. I can still use his soul for a decent amount of souls, but it's still a little bit disappointing that I didn't get the 17k or how much souls he drops. So once I'm done with the pursuer, I head throughout the forest of the fallen giants and try to get to the giant butthole boss, which is going to be a little bit of a pickle if I may say so myself, because of these 2 enemies right here. So another one comes in, but using my great juking skills, I juke them out and enter the fog wall just in time to go down this elevator. And the boss that awaits me down this elevator is not too particularly hard at all, so hopefully I should get this boss killed with no worries and pretty quickly. There's an enemy here that I completely disregard and forgot, and I'm very thankful and happy that he did not poke me from the back. Now it's time to kill this giant butthole. And I totally forgot I was counting time during this cutscene. But anyways, this fight is basically on and off. So you hit, wait for his leg to stomp, and you go to the other. Very similar to the Giant Lord at the end of the game that you farm. He has a couple little extra moves with a swing and little jump backs, but there's nothing too hard in this. I thankfully finished this guy without too much of a hassle, and then I forget that I have no homeward bone, so I have to hopefully and successfully make it up to the bonfire without getting killed and losing my souls. Because these souls can be very useful for leveling up my endurance and health, which could overall help me in the run. So when I'm coming up the elevator, I realized what happened to all those enemies from earlier. And just as I thought, they're all camping for me here. So I cannot open that door and keep on running. I have to go the long route all the way around, which I hope will have no enemies since they all went to the elevator. And I was pretty much right about that. There was no enemies here, and it was a good call on my part using my keen intellect of Dark Souls 2 knowledge. So once here, I rest at the bonfire and go to Majula to level up my stats. I didn't have any really big reasons or plans for my leveling up. I just leveled up my health and endurance to make the run a little bit overall easier and make it so I can dodge and run more. I also popped this soul to get another level or two up in my endurance and health, and then I start making my run to Hades Tower of Flame. And this is where I start to remember that I forgot something else that will be very helpful for me getting more souls in this run. And that is this covenant up here. This covenant, I'm pretty sure makes it so enemies do not respawn, they have more health, they have more damage, but they give you a little bit more souls. That's what I think. I might be just pulling this out my butt. And another thing I thought this thing does is makes the enemies have more aggression, which I also could be pulling out my butt here. But I activate the covenant anyway and start heading to Hades Tower of Flame to hopefully get more souls when I choose the boss here. I don't know when I forgot this though, but later in the run, after I've killed one of the bosses here, I realized I forgot to kill the NPC/merchant, that if you kill him, his armor set gives you like 12.5% more souls. I forgot to get that, which could have helped me a lot here, but it is what it is. So now that I'm in the Covenant and I've entered this area, I'm very scared and cautious of these enemies because they have a lot more health, do a lot more damage, and maybe are a little bit more aggressive. I run past the enemies with precision and skill, making sure to save all my stamina that I can, because if you use up all your stamina, there's like a 6 to 10 second delay period where you can't sprint again. So I make sure I have a little bit of stamina left before I sprint again, and I make sure to not pull any of the levers so I can pull off one of the most famous cheeses in Dark Souls. All I have to do is count 6 steps and then make a roll to the right, which somehow does not get him. So I kind of start to panic, and I just realize I can quit out of the game. And once I load back in, I enter again to try this glitch again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then I roll, and it still doesn't work. Now I'm starting to think here, it's maybe because of the Covenant, and maybe that it attracts aggression, but I don't know this for sure. But what I do remember is that enemies do not reset if you quit out in Dark Souls 2, so I got absolutely butt raped. I tried this again, and this time it doesn't work again in this Covenant, so I just try to kill the boss regularly, which I'm doing pretty well. It hits me with 2 bullshit attacks that I clearly roll through, and then fucks me right here in the butthole. So at this point, I'm pretty convinced it's the Covenant, so I go back up here to switch out the Covenant, which I think might give me a little bit less souls, but at least if I switch out the Covenant, I can end up killing the boss. So I head to this droopy old NPC to join his Covenant so it kicks me out of my old one. Also, if you're new, make sure to like and subscribe, or if you're not liked and you're not subscribed, make sure to like and subscribe. So then I head back to Hades Tower of Flame to pull off this glitch successfully this time. I wait for the steps, and I think I roll at the right time, but he kind of stands there. And I try to little bait him off right here, and successfully, it works. Somehow, I don't know how that worked, but it did. I get his souls, I head up to this bonfire right here for the next little sneaky glitch I'm about to pull. I go back to the first bonfire of this area, and make sure to use the bonfire aesthetic here, so the boss respawns, and then I teleport back to the spot I was just at. This isn't really much of a glitch, it's just a little bit of a shortcut to doing what I was trying to do before. So from here, I jump onto his the platform right before the boss, and I make it to the fog wall and try to repeat this glitch again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I roll into the water. With a minute left, I'm pretty scared, but I'm also pretty confident that I'll get him and bait him this time. So I do the thing again, I roll, and I try to bait him towards the edge like I did last time, and he swings, and he successfully falls off again. So I got lots of souls from New Game Plus, and I got 2 of his souls right now that I can pop, which will give me a lot of souls. So once I pop those 2 souls, my run is basically over since there's nothing else I can do. And I finished with a soul memory of 83,542. This was a very fun run. If you want to do some Dark Souls 2 runs, I recommend you doing this. This was very fun. Thank you for watching. Bye.